Okay, just give me a second. Can you see my screen?
No.
No. Okay. Hope you are seeing my screen now. Let me know if you are not able to see my screen.
Yes, we can.
So, so we already started discussing with this one, right? So parameters, right? So we will see few more scenarios. We will see few more scenarios on the parameters. So today we'll try to complete these parameters actually. Okay. Okay. So mainly, why do we use parameters means if you want to replace any constant values in a calculation fields, then we can go for we'll replace those constant values with parameters. Okay. So how many types of constant values we have in Tableau? Okay. So for example, if I open calculation field, okay, if I open this calculation field, so we have so many data types, right? So when I say data types, right? So we have integer data types, we have float, we have a date data type. So so based on the requirement, for example, if I'm using a integer constant like 4, so if I want to replace this 4, then I can use integer parameter. Okay. So if I want to replace any integer constant, I can use integer parameter. So for example, if I am using any date field, like for example 01 January, so if I am entering any date field manually in the calculations, okay, then if I want to replace this constant date fields, then I can go for date parameter. Okay, like that we can create so many parameters in Tableau. So if I open this create parameter option, you see while creating this parameter, I can see here under data type I can see float, integer, string, boolean, date and date time. So if you want to replace integers in the calculations, I can create integer parameter. If you want to replace boolean values in the calculation, I can use boolean parameter. If you want to replace date fields in the if you want to replace any date constants in the calculations, then I can go for a date parameter. Okay. Now we will see one more important thing like display format. Okay. So let me just create a simple parameter here. So which is parameter 3. So let's take current value is 1 lakh. Okay. So current value is 1 lakh. Now let's click on OK, and let's click on show parameter here. You see when I drag this parameter into uh, okay, now let me create a some calculation field from this parameter. You see in this calculation one, I am using parameter only. So that means if you change this parameter 3 value, the same value will come into this calculation actually, this calculation one. Okay. So when parameter changes, this calculation changes. So whatever the value of parameter we have, this calculation also shows the same value as of now. You see, in the calculation we are using only parameter only. Because of that reason, whatever the value we have in the parameter, the same value will show in the calculation also. Okay. So let's click on OK. Now drag this calculation one into the text here. Now you see what is the value we have, 1 lakh here. So the same value which we have in the parameter. Now let me try to change the parameter value to 2 lakhs. Okay. 2 lakh, let's see what will happen. See, when I change the parameter value, the same value is reflecting in the calculation field also. Okay. Now what is the meaning of display man? Now you see, if I go for edit parameter here, now you see what is the meaning of display format. So for example, I can go to this, click on drop down here. Now I can go to number custom here. Under number custom, I don't want to display, okay, I want to display two decimal places. I will show you what is the decimal places. And under display units, I can display thousands. Like I can use a prefix as a dollar here. So we'll see all the what is the what is the use of all these. So decimal points I'm selecting two here. uh display units, I'm taking 1000 here. Mm. So sorry, so display units I can take 1000 here. So prefix I'm using dollar. Okay. Now let's click, now let's see what, just click on okay. Now you see what is so you see we have taken two decimals, right? So because of that reason I can see 200.00, and we have selected thousands, right? Display format units is 1000, right? So I can see k here. Okay. So as we have selected prefix is dollar, right? So I can see dollar as a prefix here. So that is the display format. But if you, while you are typing, right? So when you are typing it will show normally only, but when you click on, once you click on enter, then only it will display that format here. Okay. So while typing I can type normally only. So I, 3 lakhs I can type here. Now you see, when I click on enter, that is showing that format what we have selected, and I can see the same value here. But in the sheet I can see the actual value, not the format. Okay. So you may have question that in the sheet also I want to see the format only. So what we have to do is, in the text we are placing our calculation, right? So I can go to this drop down of a calculation, I can go to format option. Here I can do the formatting. I can go to number custom, so decimals, 1000 units, like prefix is dollar, like that. Okay. Now you see I can see the same format here also. Okay. So now let me go to edit parameter here, and you see here, one more important thing is current value. So what is the meaning of current value? Means whenever you open the workbook, it will be the default value of a parameter. Later user can change it actually. Okay. So to display the current value, what we can do is you can type manually your current value, or you see this option, right? Value when workbook opens. So I can, now when you click on this drop down, I can see here a parameter what we have here. Okay. So you can select a parameter also, and you can select, you can display default current value from the parameters also. Okay, like that. Now let me go to display format here. So sorry, one more time. So in the display format I can make the decimal points is 0, or I can go for percentage also sometimes. For example, you see when I click on percentage, when I go to current value is 100. See, for example, current value is 0.1. So 0.1 means how much percentage? 10 percentage, right? So it will display 10 percentage here to the user. If the current value is 0.3, now you see how the parameter will display is 30 percentage. So if you select percentage here, whatever the number we have parameter value, that will be converted into percentage, like simply multiplying it with 100. Okay. So like this, when you just click on okay. Now I want to clear this format actually. So let's make it automatic. Okay. Now you see the, sorry. Now you see the value is 0.3, but we are displaying in the parameter as a percentage form, that is 30 percentage. So while typing it will show normal only. Okay, while typing the parameter will show normal value only. So I can make it 0.03. So when I click on enter, it will show 3 percentage. In the sheet you can see normal thing only 0.03 only. Okay, that is about that thing. So now what are the limitations of parameters? So we already discussed it, right? What are the limitations of parameters is filter versus parameters. Okay, okay, we'll come to these options later. Let me discuss some use cases here. So all these are use cases of parameters. Okay, so we can use it in reference lines, we can use in top n. So while creating sets we have used parameters, right? Top n, like that. So okay, so okay, let me discuss some use cases and we'll get back to this thing. So whatever we have missed earlier, so I'll try to discuss those things here. Okay, so I have a requirement, like I want to show region wise sales. Okay, so I'll simply drag my region into the row shelf and let me know if you are not able to hear me. Okay, so I have a requirement like this. So I want to show region wise sales in the sheet. So I can simply drag my region wise sales in a sheet one. And in one more sheet I have one more requirement. So I will go to one more sheet here. So in this requirement, in this sheet, what I want to display is I want to display category wise sales. Okay, so like that in this okay, in this sheet I want to display category wise sales. So I'll simply drag my category and sales into the sheet. Okay, now in one more sheet I have a requirement like this. So I want to display subcategory wise sales. So I can simply drag subcategory here into the sheet 3 and I will display sales. So if you observe all these three sheets, so what is the changing only thing is only dimension is changing here. In sheet 1 we are displaying region wise sales. In sheet 2 we are displaying category wise sales. In sheet 3 we are displaying subcategory wise sales. So instead of using these three sheets, what I can do is within a single sheet I want to provide user a filter here. So what is that filter is whenever user click on the region, it will show region wise sales. That is my column should change here actually. If you see in the columns I have region now. In sheet 2 I am using category. In sheet 3 I am using subcategory. So I want to provide a filter to the user here so that whenever the user select region, it should show region, and whenever user select category, it should show category wise sales. Though in the same sheet I want to change the dimension only. Okay, within the same sheet I want to change the dimension. So that is called a dynamic dimension. So that use case is called dynamic dimension selection. So I want to change my dimension dynamically using the filter. So for that what I will do is I'll just create a parameter here. So I'm just naming this parameter as I can like this select dimension. So name the parameter as select dimension. What is the data type I want to select is I'm just selecting string dimension here. Data type is string here. Why I am selecting string here means if I go to list here in the filter, the user should be able to select a region. User should be able to select a category. User should be able to select a subcategory. Okay. So region, category, subcategory, all these are strings, right? So because of that reason, I am selecting data type is a string here. Okay. Now, now just click on OK. Now show this dimension, show this parameter as a filter to the user. So just simply click on the show parameter. Now you see from this parameter, now user can select a category or whatever dimension you want, he can select. But as of now, what I'm what I have selected here, that is not reflecting in the sheet. So for example, if I select category here, the same category is not reflecting in the columns here. Okay, why? Because I just have created parameter only, I haven't done anything here. So next step is what we have to do is I just go to the select dimension here, parameter, I go to create calculation field. Now this is select dimension calculation field. Now here I will write my conditions. Okay, so here I'm just writing case statement here. Okay, so what is your case statement? So in the case statement, the case statement should be ended by end statement. Okay, should be ended with end keyword. So within this one, we have to write our conditions. Okay, what is your condition? So if my dimension, okay, sorry, when my parameter is equal to region, okay, then I want to display region dimension here. So this region, this should be a dimension actually. Okay, this should be a dimension. It should available in the dimension list. If you go here, I can simply drag and drop my dimension here. Okay, like that. And we can create some calculation fields also here. Okay, that is not a problem. So now when my parameter is category, I'm not sure we have discussed this thing or not, but let me tell you. So if I change my parameter to category, I want to see category as a dimension in the output. Okay, and when I when I select subcategory in the parameter, then the output what I'm expecting is subcategory dimension here. Okay? So I want to see whenever I whenever the parameter value is category like this, I want to see I want my output is a category. So because of that reason, we have to put category after then statement. Okay, so like that. Now what we will do is we will use this calculation field in the column shelf. Okay, now as of now in the column shelf we are using the fixed dimension which is called region. As it is fixed, what we will do is we will remove the dimension and we will place our calculation field in the column shelf, so that whenever I change parameter value, I am changing the output of this calculation to be a region, category or subcategory. Okay, so let's click on OK and drag this calculation field into the column shelf and override the region. Now you see what is happening. So when I change the category here, I can see category wise sales in the sheet. Okay, now when I change the subcategory here, now the same sheet is changing to subcategory wise sales. Okay, when I change it to region, I can see region wise sales. So this is called dynamic dimension here. Okay, so we are selecting the dimension dynamically in a single sheet. So now what I need, I don't need sheet 2 and sheet 3 now. Okay, why? Because we are providing every dimension is within a single sheet. Okay, now in a similar manner, I can, in the row shelf we have fixed sales, right? So in the similar way, I can create a filter, I can create a parameter for selecting dynamic measures also. Okay, so let me show it to you. So I'll go to my select dimension parameter. So instead of creating parameter every time, I can duplicate my parameters also. You can simply duplicate it. Now edit the duplicated one. Now, so I can make it select measure. In real time, they may call sometimes metric. So measures will be called sometimes metrics also. So data type I'm keeping same here. Under list, I can remove all these. Just remove all these. And I want to select sales, right? You can select sales and you can select profit and you can select profit percentage also. So it is user requirement that he should be able to select these three measures in a parameter. Just click on OK here. Now from the parameter. Let's create a calculation field. Select metric calculation field. Same calculation, no change here also. Let me know if you have any questions meanwhile. Okay, in the same. Let me write calculation here. First we have to, after case statement, we have to provide our parameter here. And when this parameter is sales, then I want what I would put on what is sales. I want sales as output. Okay? When it is profit, then I want profit as output. When I change parameter value to profit ratio, profit percentage, then I want profit ratio. So we have already a profit ratio calculation is there. So what is the meaning of profit ratio is profit percentage, that is profit divided by sum of sales. Okay, like that. Now we are getting one error here. What is the error? We will see. So cannot mix aggregate and non-aggregated comparisons. Okay, so let me let me tell you what is the meaning of what is the error here. So cannot mix aggregate and non-aggregated comparisons. So what is the meaning of it is, see, for a first statement, what is the output? Sales is here. Sales, right? It is a non-aggregated. And the second statement also, output is profit here, which is not aggregated. But if you come to third one, profit ratio, it is aggregated actually. So aggregated in the sense, this calculation is using any one of aggregation functions like sum, like that. So let me show you that calculation field. Just click on the profit ratio, come to this arrow here. Now you see, when you come to this arrow here, now you will see what is the profit ratio calculation is sum of profit divided by sum of sales. So this calculation is a aggregated calculation. But if you see, this sales and profit are not aggregated. So what is the thing in the Tableau or in any reporting tool is, after then statement, we have to provide all aggregated calculations or all non-aggregated calculations only. We cannot use mix and match here. Okay, we should not use mixed things. As it is as the profit ratio is aggregated, I have to aggregate my profit and sales also. So very simple. So very simple here. Me mummy call this. Sorry. So let me aggregate the sales and profit here. Okay, sum and sum. Let me try to complete as much as possible in this class. Okay. Now you see that that error is gone now. Okay. So what is the thing is, after then statement, we have to provide all aggregated calculations or all not aggregated calculations. We should not use mixed things. Okay. So the same thing I have written in these notes here. So you can see here. Uh, okay, basic calculations and errors. Under this topic, I have written what are the general errors we will get in the real time. Okay, so aggregated calculations at specific dimensions. Okay, like sorry, general errors in calculations. Okay, so I have mentioned the same thing here also. Uh, okay, like you see here. So sorry, yeah, here. So sum of sales. So here sales. So like that I have mentioned here, you can go through these errors, general errors in the calculation fields. Okay. Now let's click on, we are just creating this calculation field, and I have to provide this calculation in the row shelf, so that whenever the user changes this parameter value, the row shelf will change actually. Okay, just click on OK. Now drag this calculation into the row shelf and override the sales field. Now you see, provide the parameter to the user. Now you see sales. So whenever user changes profit, I can see profit here. Whenever user changes profit ratio, now you can see profit percentage here. Okay, so one trick is there here, but let me tell you a general thing. Now you see, now the user is able to select dimensions and measures dynamically. Now the user can change here category, so that he can see category here in the x-axis. And for the same category, if you want to see sales, he can select sales here. If you want to select profit, he can select profit here. Like that, he can change the dimensions and measures dynamically here. Okay, now one problem here is, see, profit is a normal number. Profit and sales are normal numbers, so that I can see normally here. Okay, but you see, profit ratio should be in percentage, right? But still I can see here normal number only, like normal number only. So what I have to do is, I have to multiply it with 100 actually. Okay, so for that, what I can do is, what I can do, I'm just going to my calculation here. So in this profit ratio, I'll just try to multiply it with 100 here. Okay, let's click on apply. Now you see, I can see here 17.45, but the percentage symbol is not appearing here. That is problem here. Okay, so what I do is, okay, what I will do is, for this, what I will do is, let me duplicate the same calculation. Okay, just duplicate it. Let's edit it. So whenever there is a sales, I don't want any percentage. So you can simply put single quote. And whenever there is profit also, I don't want any percentage. So simply put single quote. But whenever there is profit percentage, I want percentage symbol, right? So within single quote, you can provide percentage symbol. Give me a second. One second. Okay. So hope you are understanding. So what I do is, when there is a sales, I don't want any percentage symbol. When profit also, I don't want any percentage symbol. When profit ratio is selected in the parameter, then only I want to display this percentage symbol. So value is already coming from this field actually. So this is value which is already coming from this field. Now we are getting percentage symbol from this field actually. Okay. Now let's see what will happen. Just click on OK and drag this calculation what we have just created into the label here. Now just also drag the same so drag these two calculations. It is giving value and it is giving percentage symbol. Drag both of this into label here. Okay, now now I can see here percentage symbol and this value also. Let's it format it. So just click on the label here, go to text here, click on these three dots. Now uh, now I want to make these two into a single row. Okay, so let's remove from it here and let's bring it in a first row. Let's make it middle alignment. Let's click on OK. Now you see 17.45 percentage. Now if you select sales in the parameter, it will show normal value only. But what is the second calculation will give you? This calculation will give you only space only, so that user cannot see that one. Okay, so in this way, this is a very important in real time. So just follow this. So uh, okay, so under parameters, so I am also providing screenshots also. So you see here types of use cases of parameters. I have around 13 use cases. Okay, So for all the use cases, I'm trying to provide you screenshots also here. So this will give you screenshots for requirements 1, 2, 3, 4 use cases. This is 5, 6 use cases screenshots like this. Okay. So if I go to this like that, you can see screenshots also here as well. Okay. Let me discuss one more use case here. Uh, now now we can use the parameters in dynamic okay, in sheet swapping also. Okay, so what is the meaning of sheet swapping? So very simple thing. So I have three sheets here. Okay, I have three sheets here. User want to see only one sheet at a time. Okay, user want to see only one sheet at a time, like that. So let me show you. So let me go to our notes here. Let's try to create the same thing in Tableau also. So this is use case 7, right? So I'll go to this option, use case 7 and 8. Okay, now this thing. So I want three sheets: region wise sales, category wise region wise sales, and category wise ship mode wise sales. Three sheets I have to create. So let me go to sheet 1. Let's clear everything here and drag the region wise sales. Okay. Now go to sheet 2 and let's clear this one. In this sheet, what I want to create, in the row shelf I should have category, and in the column shelf I should have, see, you should be able to understand from the screenshot itself. You should be able to understand, you have to put your dimension in the row shelf or column shelf. Okay, you should be able to understand like that. So let me tell you, you see here category is there. I can see furniture, office supplies, and technology in a row wise, right? So I can go to Tableau. Similarly, you see, central is in first column, east is in second column, south is in third column, like that. So regions are in column wise, categories are in row wise. So I can put my category in row shelf, and I can use my uh, region in the column shelf. Now you bring the category into the row shelf and bring your region into the column shelf. Now you see I have created the same view which is shown in the sheet, which is shown in the screenshot. But you see here in the screenshot, I don't have access here. Okay, but if you come to Tableau, I have access here. I have to remove this axis. So the simple method is, we are generating this axis due to sales. So I can directly go to sales here, click on this drop down, click on this click on this drop down, simply uncheck the show header. Okay, now in this way I can remove the axis here. The other thing is, you can directly right click on the axis. I'm just telling you other option, and you can uncheck the show header here also. Okay, now I'll go to my sheet 3. Sheet 3 should be category is in row shelf, ship mode is in column wise, and I should be able to see this bubble chart here. Okay, so okay, so what is, bring the category into the row shelf, and ship mode, just search for the ship mode here. Ship mode should be into the column shelf. See, in real time, if you go to a project, right, you should be able to identify how to create the view from the screenshot provided. So user will provide you screenshots only. He won't tell you, you have to put your you have to put your dimension in row shelf or column shelf. He will simply provide you screenshots like this only, in the PPT or PDF form, in the PDF, in the PPT or PDF, or in a Word document. So from those screenshots, uh, we should be able to identify whether we have to place that in a row shelf or column shelf or in a text actually. But you can ask your client that, if you are not finding a particular dimension or measure, you can ask that, you can ask those things to clients actually. But don't ask the client that we have to use it in row shelf or column shelf like that. Okay, now okay, so now it should be a, like for example, it should be a it should be circles, right? It should be circles, right? So what I will do is I'll go to marks card here. I'll go to this drop down and you can select circle here. But if you select circle here, it is coming in a different way. So what I have to do is from the row shelf, bring your sum of sales into text here, label here. Now I can see circles. Now you can go to entire view. Now you can see circles here. Now in the screenshot, you see in the screenshot, see these numbers are coming in a just below the circles. So I have to do bit alignment in the Tableau. So I'll go to, in the here you can see these labels just right side here. So I'll go to label here. I'll go to alignment. I can go to first horizontal. Horizontal you can make it middle, and you go to vertical, it will be bottom. So when you make a horizontal, horizontal is a middle. You can see these are appearing in a middle here horizontally. But I want to move down. I want to move these labels down here. So I want to move it vertically down. So go to label, go to vertical option, just select the bottom here. Now I can see like the same thing. Okay. Now, look, I have created three sheets here. Now I'm placing these three sheets in the dashboard. So I'm just doing it quickly. So I'm placing all the sheets in a single vertical horizontal container. If you have any question, you can ask meanwhile. So, hello. Okay. So let's make it just vertically. Just select this. Height should be like 500 or something. Let's go for entire view. That is not a problem. So now what I want to do is user should be able to see only one sheet at a time or all sheets based on the whatever the value he will select in the parameter drop down. Now I'm going to sheet 1, just create a parameter here, just create parameter. So this is a sheet selection. I'm just taking it, I'm just making it as sheet selection, but in real time whatever the meaningful name, you can give that meaningful name to it. So under data type, I can select string here. So I can go to list here. So for simplicity, what I am doing is I'm just selecting 1, 2, 3 here and all also. So I will tell you why I am doing this. So when you select one here, sheet 1 will be shown. When you select 2, sheet 2 will be shown. When you select 3, sheet 3 will shown. And when you click on all sheets will all sheets should be sorry, all sheets should display. So that is the meaning of it. So let's click on OK. Let's see what will happen. Let's click on OK and just show the parameter. Now you see in the parameter drop down, user is able to see 1, 2, 3 only. Okay. So what I will do is I'll just edit the parameter here. So while creating this parameter, I can see two values, value and display as. The original value is one only, but I want to display it as a some different thing. So what I will do is just double click here. I'll simply select region sales. Okay, like that. Now I'll simply select region, comma category, comma sales. So like that, I want to display like that. Okay. So in real time, whatever you want to display, you can put that value here. Okay. I can select ship mode and category wise profit or something like that. I will say, okay, sales. And okay. So now you see in the parameter, I'm showing all region sales and so these are the display values, but the original values are 1, 2, 3 only. Now we have created parameter here. Our next step is we have to create a calculation field. So I'll go to this sheet selection parameter, go to create calculation field. In the calculation field, just keep the parameter only. Don't do anything here, just keep the parameter only. So what will happen is whatever the value you will select in the parameter, same value will be shown in the calculation sheet also, in the calculation also. Okay, so let's make it, so it is a calculation 2, right? So let's keep as it is. Just click on OK. Now drag the calculation 2 into the filter shelf. Now go to custom value list here. Under this custom value list here, type 1 here. Type 1 here and just click on plus symbol. Now what is the meaning of it is, in the in this parameter, when you select one, then only this sheet will be shown, like that. Okay. Now I want to just enter all also here and just click on the plus symbol. Now what is the meaning of it is, in the parameter, whenever you select either one or either all values, so this sheet will be display whenever you select one or all values in the parameter. Okay, just click on OK. Now you see, I'll come to this parameter. So region sales means it is a one, right? So if you select any other value, the sheet will not display any value here. Okay. Now when you select only region one, or when you select only all values, then only it will be displayed. Okay. So in the same way, I'll go to sheet 2. I'll drag the same calculation into the filter shelf, go to the custom value list, and I want to display this sheet when the user will select 2 here. So type 2, just click on the plus symbol. Type all value and just click on plus symbol. So whenever the user select all value or 2 in the parameter, this sheet will display. Just click on OK. So it is displaying sheet. Okay, now go to sheet 3 also. Same calculation. So custom value list, type 3 here, plus symbol. Click all here, plus symbol. Click on OK. Now come to the dash. Now come to the dashboard here. Now I want to display parameter here. To display the parameter, go to analysis, go to parameters option, create, just click on the sheet selection parameter. Now you see, now you can make it floating as of now. Now you see, in the parameter I have selected all here. Because of that reason I can see all sheets, because we have entered all option in all the sheets. So now if I select only sheet one here, I can select only sheet one. If I select only two here, I can select only sheet two, like this. Okay, I think I have covered these things. Okay, let me hide the titles also. Sheet titles also you can hide here. Now you see, now when the user opens this dashboard, he don't think that we have multiple sheets. He think that he can see only a particular sheet, but when he click on all values, he can see all the three sheets. Okay, so this is about that thing. And one more thing also here, like you see here, uh, for example, whenever the user selected region sales here, user want to see region sales value. So for that, what I can do is, I can simply bring a text object into the sheet here, dashboard. In the text object, I can place my parameter here, sheet selection. Okay. Now let's see, what are the value the user will select here, that will be shown in the parameter also. Okay. Like when he select this thing, he's selecting SC sales, and he select like all sales also, like that. Okay. Hope you understood. So similarly for dynamic parameter concept also. Okay, in the dynamic parameter also, user is not able to see. Okay, we have missed the thing, that okay, no problem. So if you want to display the what are the parameter value you have selected in the parameter, you can put that parameter in the sheet title, or you can put that parameter in the text object. Okay, now what I can do is, okay, let me show you one more thing also. So I will make this text object as a floating object, and I can bring this value, I can bring this text object anywhere where I want. Okay, like that. Okay, hope you understood. So if I place this object on just above the sales, still I can see the sales also in the background. So to avoid that, what I will do is, I'll select this text object, I'll go to layout option. In the layout, I can select a background as a white background. Now you see, I don't see anything behind the this text object because we are making it a white color. Okay, like that. Or one more thing also we can do, like okay. So just try to achieve the all the things what I am showing here in the screenshots. Okay. Now we will discuss scenario 8. Okay, we will discuss scenario 8. So we have so this is the scenario 6. uh, sheet swapping, sheet swapping. And what is the what is just give me a second. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, what is the use case 8 here is used in dynamic sorting. So if you want to sort, if you want to sort anything dynamically, then also I can use parameter here. Okay, so let me tell you what is the meaning of it. So I'm just going to sheet 1 here as of now, or let me go to a new sheet. So let me take category here. Okay, let me take what are the thing I have taken in the screenshot. So I have taken region and state and subcategory. Okay, subcategory, region and state, and I'm taking sales here. I'm taking profit here. It's a very complex thing. It's a bit advanced calculations, so you need a bit practice on this. So as of now, we have so many states here. For example, I'm just filtering to only one state, which is called Alabama. Okay, if I go to screenshot now, I can see legend here. Uh, Sales is in orange color, profit is in blue color. Do you know any idea how to display different colors for each measure? Anyone? I want different colors for different measures. Anyone? Okay, there are multiple methods. So let me explain that also. In the column shelf, I have two measures, profit and sales, right? Because of that reason, in the marks card also, I can see two measures, sales and profit. So what I'll do simply is, I'll go to sales here. I can select a orange color. I'll go to profit here. I can select a blue color here. But the other method is the one more simple method is, now I am just undoing it. Now in the marks card, I can see all value option also. So what I will do is I'll go to all values option, just drag the measure names. You know what is the use of measure name, right? It will it will indicate different measure names. So when I drag these measure names into the color here, each measure will be given different colors. So like that. Okay, it is not our subject here. So next thing, now what is the use of, what is the meaning of sorting? Okay, you should know this sorting, right? Okay, so let me tell you about this sorting. Okay, so you know what is the meaning of sorting. So for example, sorting means I want to arrange the view in a descending order or ascending order. Ascending or descending order based on sales or profit. So I want to sort the view based on sales value or based on the profit value. Okay, so let me come step by step. As of now, the view is not arranged in either descending order or ascending order. The simple thing in real time what we can do is I can simply go to sales here. Just above the sales, I can see this symbol. Just above the sales, I can see this descending order symbol. So I'll simply click on that symbol. Now you see it is arranged in a descending order based on the sales only. But if you see profit here, it is not arranged in a descending order or ascending order. Why? Because I am using sales to arrange in a descending or ascending order. So if I click one more time, if you go to one more time here, now you see it is arranged in a descending order. So it is completely based on the sales value. If you want to arrange it, if you want to sort the view based on a profit, I can go to profit here. I can click on this symbol. Now you see it is arranged in a descending order based on the profit value. But sometimes what the user will ask is, user don't want those options. What the user want is, user want these thing. User want two filters here. So user should be able to select, it should be in descending order or ascending order. User should be able to select this in a filter here. Okay, so first let me create this filter here. So to sort the sheet, what I'm doing, I'm simply going to these symbols. I'm just clicking on those symbols. But what is the other method is, I can go to row shelf here. I can go to subcategory. I can go to sort option also. As of now, we are sorting the view already. So you can clear the sort here. See, whenever there is no sorting, I don't see any symbol here. Okay? But once you sort it, for example, once you click on the sort here, now you see I can see this sorting symbol. So we are we are we are arranging the subcategories in descending order or ascending order, but we are not applying any sorting for the state field and region fields. Okay, how to identify simply means, whenever you see this symbol, that means that particular dimension is sorting. We are not sorting based on region or state. We are sorting based on subcategory only. Okay, now whenever you clear the sorting, now you don't see that symbol here also. Okay, okay, let me show you one more method also. Like I can go to this drop down, I can simply click on this sort option. Now I can under sort by, I can select a field here. Under field, I can select the field name, maybe like sales or profit I can select. Okay? I can select either sales or I can select profit here. But you see what is the limitation here is, I should be able to select only one thing only here. Either sales or either profit only I can select here. If I want to make it dynamic, right, what I can do is, in the same window I can select ascending or descending also. But what is the limitation here is, I should be able to select only sales or profit only. One thing only I can select. But user want to select, what is the option? User cannot see this window, so you cannot select. So what I will do, simply I'll create a parameter here. Okay, as of now just close it. Now what I will do is, I'll create a parameter. I'll select that parameter here. Okay, so just before only we have seen dynamic measure parameter, right? So we have created dynamic measure parameter and we have created calculation also. So just to go for that calculation. What is that calculation? Select metric calculation field. Now you see, we'll see what we have inside this calculation. Okay, or let me tell you one thing. So we have already created a mm, we have already created a parameter, right? Okay, sorry. Yeah, we have already created a parameter. So let me hide the, okay, so this is a parameter. In this parameter we already have sales, profit and profit ratio. And what I will do is, I'll simply create one more calculation here. That calculation should contain only parameter only. So what will happen is, if the user select sales here, he will see sales here. If the user select profit here, he will see select, he can see profit here. Okay, so let's make it as a sort option. calculation name should be sorting here. Let's click on OK. Now go to this sort option and place select that field here. Okay. Now what will happen is whenever the user selects sales here, the sales value reflect in the calculation, and the same calculation will reflect here also. Okay, let's see will it work or not. Okay. Okay, just give me a second. Now I have selected sales here, nothing is happening. I have selected profit, nothing is happening here. So okay, I understood that. Why? Because this calculation, okay, it should work actually. Okay, the thing we have, what we have to do is, sorry, we have to create a same dynamic measure calculation here. So it should be like this actually. It should not be a single simply a calculation. It should be a calculation like this actually. So whenever user select sales in the parameter, that should give sales as a output like this. Okay. Whenever you select profit, profit should be the output here. Okay. So now place this calculation field in the sorting option. Let's go to sort here. Uh, Select that calculation field, dynamic metric calculation. Now you see, now I can see the, now I can see something is changing here. Now now you see when I select sales here, the view is sorting based on the sales. Okay. Now when you select profit, you see sheet is sorting based on the profit here. Okay. You can select profit ratio also, that is not a problem. Okay. Profit ratio we are not displaying in the sheet, right? So because of that reason you don't see that like, so you can select sales or profit. What is the one more thing we have to do here is, okay, we understood, right? So we are sorting the sheet based on the measure what is selected by user in this parameter. Now if I go to my screenshot, okay, okay, we have to implement one more thing also here. Okay, now the user is able to select a measure here, whether it should be a profit. One second. Okay, whether it is a profit or whether it is a sales, user is able to select that thing measure here. But user is not able to select whether it should be in ascending order or whether it should be in descending order. User is not able to select this one. Okay, I'll go to my sheet, I will show you. So if I go to my sorting option, now you see it is automatical by default, it is selected as a descending only. If I select ascending, in the sheet I can see ascending order. But how the user will select these two options? Why? Because this box will not appear to the user. Now how the user will select these options? Okay, for this also we have to create a parameter. So let me go to parameter here. So I'm just making it sort ASC or DSC. Okay. So type is like I can say it integer. I can go to list here, just put 1 and -1. Hope you are understanding. So I'm just creating a integer parameter with values 1 and -1. So 1 I can say ascending order. When the user select 1, it will be in ascending order. When the user will select -1, it should be in descending order. Okay. So I just have created the parameter only. So if I show this parameter to the user and let's make it single value list here. So nothing is happening in the sheet. Why? Because we just have created parameter only. We are not using this parameter anywhere in the calculations. Okay. So I'll go to my uh, this measure calculation. What I will do is I will multiply I will multiply my sum of cells with the parameter what I have created. Okay, sort ascending or sort descending. Sorry. Mm. So I'll tell you what it will do actually. See, these are bit depth calculations. You have to spend some time actually on it. Now you see what will happen. See, whenever see for I'm just simply telling you a thing. Whenever you when if it is 2, it is positive 2. But if you multiply it with minus, see it is going least value. Okay, I have two numbers, 2 and minus 2. 2 is highest value, minus 2 is lowest value, for example. But what will happen if I multiply this with minus 1? Now this will go lowest value, this will go highest value. So I am doing the same thing here also. I am multiplying sum of cells with parameter. So parameter is minus 1 or plus 1. So when you change the parameter, once it will go in ascending order. When you change the parameter, it will go again descending order. So it will simply multiplying with plus 1 or minus 1. Okay. So just click on OK. Now you see what will happen. Now you see in the parameter I have selected sales here. So based on the sales, it is going descending order. Why? Because in the another parameter I have selected descending here. Now if I select ascending here, so based on the same sales, it is going in descending order. Now the user is able to select profit also. When you select profit, based on the profit we are doing ascending order. Based on the profit we are doing descending order, like that. Okay. So in real time, sometimes what they will do is, instead of putting ascending order, descending order, they will use arrows here sometimes. Okay. They will use up arrow or they will use down arrows here. So as of now, let me make it manually. But you can copy and paste it from the website, either ascending or descending order symbols also. Now you see when you go it descending, ascending symbols. But here you can use real time up arrows or down arrows. Okay, you can make that actually. Okay, so we have discussed this ascending and descending, right? Mm, okay, now I have one more scenario also here. I'll just explain you that, but you can do that actually in real time. Sheet swapping. Okay, you can do that sheet swapping in real time. So what is that requirement is, you see here hierarchy, you know hierarchies, right? So we have already discussed on the hierarchy things. Okay, so I will simply tell you what is my requirement. Okay. Mm, so okay, so in this sheet I am displaying a region wise sales. Okay, a region wise sales I am displaying here. Okay, now what is the user requirement actually? So user should be able to select, user should be able to drill down or drill up. So for example, we already discussed it, right? When you click on the plus symbol, we are going to the next level is state level. So this is possible with the help of hierarchies. If you click on the state symbol, again plus symbol, we are going to the next level, city level. Okay, only that is the requirement. So what is the requirement is, initially the user should be able to select region wise sales only. Okay, region wise sales. Now when the user click on plus symbol, user should be able to select, or user should be able to see region wise, state wise, subcategory wise sales, or subcategory wise sales. So when the user click on plus symbol, he should be able to drill down to the two levels actually. Whenever user click on plus symbol on the region, he should be able to drill down to the next two levels, state level as well as subcategory level. You should be able to drill down to the next two levels. Okay, this thing is not possible in direct hierarchies method. Why? Because if you see, if you come to sheet 3, whenever user click on plus symbol, we should be able to navigate to the one next level only, that is the state level only we should be able to navigate. So we should be able to navigate to the one level at a time using the parameters, using the hierarchies. But the user requirement is whenever he click on the plus symbol at a time, he should be able to navigate to the two levels, state level as well as subcategory level. Okay, so I'll explain you how to do that. So just create two sheets, sheet 3 and sheet 4, and place these two sheets in a dashboard and implement the dynamic parameter sheet swapping concept. We just have seen sheet swapping, right? So whenever the user click on plus symbol, you should be able to see a region wise sales sheet. Whenever the user click on this minus symbol in the parameter, user should be able to see this region, state and subcategory sheet. So here we are changing the sheet actually, but user will not understand we are changing the sheet or we are changing the uh, we are doing it in the within the same sheet. User will not understand that. Okay, so you can do that thing. You can implement that. So I told you, right, in the when you create parameter in the display as, you can keep plus or minus here in the display as. Okay, so just now only I did this thing, right? The original value may be anything, plus one or minus one, but in the display as you can do plus and minus. You can type here. Okay, I don't want to tell you, you can do that. And one more thing is, while practicing these screen scenarios, right, try to place all the sheets in your dashboard and try to implement the same type of look and feel. Okay, here you see I have this green color in the background. Okay, and I can see uh, for between each sheet I can see this green color separation. Okay, here also I can see this green color separation, and you see this okay, if you go a bit down here, now you see I can see I have sheets here, and I have parameters here. And if you see, parameters are in uh, hash color background, and legends are like this. Okay, so try to implement everything same as it is. Okay, if you see on the side, on the right side, you can see some green color here, some 10 pixel or something. On the same right side also, you should have same green color thing border here with 10 pixel on the right side and left side. And between the first row and second row, you should have this spacing, green color spacing, maybe 20 pixel or something. Whatever pixel is not important, but you should have some spacing here like that. Okay, so parameter use cases 9, 10, and 11. So these are we have already seen actually. You just go through these use cases. Uh, okay, like this. I'll just explain you. You can do that actually. So what is the thing is, uh, see, if the user in the parameter user is selecting 100K, that is 1 lakh. In the parameter, user is selecting 1 lakh, so that I can see all subcategories which are having sales value above 1 lakh should be green color and below 1 lakh should be hash color. So let me explain you. In the parameter, the user is selecting 1 lakh here. So I should see all the subcategories which are having above 1 lakh should be in green color and below 1 lakh should be in hash color. Okay, similarly this parameter is for this sheet, and this case is in the parameter user is selecting copiers. Whenever user select copier, only copier should be in red color, remaining should be in hash color or some other different color. In the parameter, whatever the users will select a particular subcategory, that should go red color, remaining should go hash color, like that. And this third scenario is user should be able to filter it actually. In the parameter, when the user select all option, you should be able to see all the subcategories in the sheet. For example, if the user select only copiers in the parameter, in the sheet should show only copiers only. You should not see the remaining things. Okay, so just read this and you can go through, you can implement this requirement. Actually, we have discussed already these things. Maybe we have not discussed the last one, but we have discussed these two things and this. But it is not a difficult thing. You can do that. If you have any question, you can ask in the next class. Now we have seen all the scenarios. In the parameters also we have seen, right? I just want to explain one thing, but I just forgot what is that. Okay. Okay, this thing. Okay, this is a very important thing. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, let's don't make it a difficult thing by discussing everything in a single class. Okay, so we'll discuss about this parameter 5 and 6 in the next class. Okay, meanwhile, if you want to try, you can try this. But we have we have discussed we have discussed these things already while discussing a date calculation, date filters or dates topic. But I want to tell you one more time also here itself. You can try 5 and 6 here. You can try 5 and 6. Okay. We'll meet in next class. Thanks for your time. If you have any particular question, you can ask. Otherwise, we'll meet in next class. If you have any question, you can stay and you can ask.